Hi guys, it's Monique from Teaching Animals, and this is Kestrel, and this is Quill. Kestrel is 5 years old, and she has food guarding. Quill is 8 weeks old and needs to learn how to be reasonable around treats so that everybody can stay safe. So we're going to do our first sort of protected contact treat sharing session. Quill's been home for 4 days, and Quill, he and Kestrel share toys well, and they are playing nicely. Table. Good dog. Playing nicely together, but I definitely want to curate their experiences together around food, and especially in the context of training, because Kestrel loves to train. Quill. And one of the first things that you might notice I'm doing is I'm naming my treats. Kestrel. Quill. And I have Kestrel set up on a station, Kestrel, which she has a very strong reinforcement history for. And I have Quill set up with white mat so that I can feed him Quill at a low height, and I'm feeding him dark treats on a light mat so they're easy for him to find. So what I'm going to do is send Kestrel to do a small task that she enjoys, and then everybody gets reinforced. Release around. Yes, table. Good. Kestrel. Quill. Kestrel. Quill. And Quill's still figuring out how to find treats that are dropped. Quill. And we're just going to let him figure that out. Release around. Table. Good. Kestrel. Quill. Kestrel. Quill. Release around. Table. Good. Kestrel. Quill. Kestrel. Quill. The nice thing about this, so I'm picking a station that keeps some space between Kestrel and the side of the pen, and I'm using the pen to make sure that Quill can't make any mistakes where he goes, Quill, and tries to intercept treats that are intended for Kestrel, because that would be a big trigger for her to try and guard treats. And she is much improved with her food guarding over the course of the time that I've had her, but I understand that it's something that's going to require continuous training and management to keep her safe around other dogs. Around. Table. Good. Kestrel. Quill. This is also nice for Quill because he gets to practice being in the pen while another dog is moving, and that is being confined is a little bit of kryptonite for Quill, so we're getting a lot of training goals all arranged or addressed in one exercise. Kestrel. Quill. And he's doing a great job actually laying down, which is pretty exciting. Release around. Table. Good. That's cute. Kestrel. Quill. Quill. Kestrel. So now I'm just varying the order and the number of treats that are given. I'm also going to vary a little bit the level of intensity that Kestrel is allowed to experience, or the level of arousal she gets to experience during her exercise. Release around. Yeah. When she is in higher arousal, Kestrel, she is more likely to guard. Kestrel. Quill. And when she's in high arousal, Quill is more likely to have some FOMO about getting to be outside the pen and do stuff. So it's a nice exercise to address a lot of different things all at once. Release around. Yeah. Kestrel. Nice job, buddy. Quill. And he moved off his mat, but I'm still dropping his Quill treats on the mat because in the grass he'll lose them, and that could create a hot spot for resource guarding later if I leave a bunch of treats behind that I don't know are there. Release around. Yeah. Kestrel. And you can see, well, you can see with her, as I put a little bit more juice into my excited way that I'm talking to her, Kestrel, her movement gets faster, well, and she gets more hoppy, and she gets more excited about her treats. Now we're going to do a low arousal one. Release around. You can can see the difference in her body language, Kestrel, when she's in lower arousal. Quill. Just waiting for him to find that one. Quill. So I dropped another one beside it to try and point it out. Kestrel is doing a great job staying put. Quill. I'm just pointing these out to him. So when I'm doing this, I don't want to have any stray treats. I want it to feel really safe for Kestrel so she knows where they are all the time. And I want it to feel really controlled for Quill so that it's easy for him to relax and not try and pop up and intercept any treats that aren't for him. Kestrel. Good. Quill. And he's starting to get the hang of this dropped treats thing, which is pretty cute to see. Really, table. So that's a medium arousal repetition for Kestrel. And Quill. Kestrel. Quill. Now we're going to do a high arousal one. You see the difference in her body language. Kestrel. Good. Quill. I'm really liking that Quill's body language stays pretty similar when she is in high versus low arousal. Quill. Kestrel. Good. That's so smart. We'll do a low arousal one. Really soft. Really soft. Really soft. Nice. Whew, missed. Table. Kestrel. Good girl. Quill. Kestrel. Quill. I'm going to experiment a little bit with moving a little bit farther away from the X pen and see how Quill responds to that, since that's his kryptonite. Nice. Kestrel. Quill. And so she dropped one, so I'm just watching to see how that plays out. Quill. Just rewarding him for ignoring her while she's searching for food. Quill. Table. Kestrel. Good. Do another repetition where I move away a little bit. She keeps dropping treats. Babies. Now you can see as I move away, he starts getting up on that X pen, which I do not love. Kestrel. Quill. Quill. Kestrel. I'm going to get each of them one last one around. Table. And he's much calmer if I stay closer. Kestrel. Quill. So that's their first session on treat banners for Quill, so everybody can feel comfortable and safe around Kestrel, who has a little bit of food guarding. Just trying to be smart, make sure everybody learns to get along and stay safe. So thanks everybody.